Hello, welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron. Drinks with Ron like 244. I don't know, it's time to start doing some different shit, right? I need to change it up, introduce some things. One of them that I'm going to introduce, I told my kid, hey, I should get people to make tag board Drinks with Ron signs to put behind me, and then I can just randomly interchange them out because I've got so many fans. I was also going to introduce a new feature because in one of the last few episodes I talked about the guy who ran his snowblower through my driveway while without my knowing while I was trying to repair mine. American fucking hero. That's what I'm thinking about adding, a segment called American fucking hero. You got to picture the theme song because I haven't made it and I probably won't make it, and then I'd have to edit it in, and I ain't going to do that either because it's work. I don't do this as a chore. But I was walking Ted Jansen Sunday morning. Took him out. My wife had yet another fucking parking ticket on her car. And I shake my head because it's not worth getting mad anymore. It's not worth it. So I walk Ted. We come back. And I noticed that 20 feet from her car, there's a gigantic trailer full of tools and whatnot parked, but I don't see a ticket on it. I'm thinking, well, maybe the police took the license plate, maybe they called the owner, maybe their ticket just isn't in physical form yet, maybe something, but you instantly get mad, because that's the first thing your brain wants to know. Well, where's theirs? I got a ticket, why didn't they get a ticket? That's not fair. Because human emotion, human spirit is appeal to fairness. You feel, you want that. It needs to be fair. I've been wronged. What's going on here? I want it to be fair. In here. That's where you feel it. I've been fucked. I've been fucked. But as I'm walking up, I notice, I see the sun kind of angle changes as I walk, and I see it looks like there's been some liquid dumped on this trailer. But as I get closer, and I start looking at it through forensic eyes, I notice that the liquid hits right here, about wiener high. And then it spreads out and goes down towards the ground, fans out, as like it's centralized here. And from everything I know about things being urinated on, this was checking all the boxes. So in my brain I said, someone pissed on this, and then I thought, well, that somehow feels fair. I was no longer mad about the ticket because I thought, which would you rather have? A $10 parking ticket or somebody pisses on your car? And I thought, since there isn't an immediate clear answer, that feels like the definition of fair. Either or. So okay, they got pissed on. I'm not mad. I feel better. Whoever did that was an American fucking hero. American fucking hero. I'm not going to go the full Bud Light route, but picture, 80s hair metal, like we're going to do this, with my cardboard signs behind me. But to do this, I need to stay entertaining and keep telling old stories while I drink. So I'm going to do that. Last episode I was talking about a house I lived in La Crosse. I was on Main Street, 1135, no longer exists. It's long been bulldozed for an apartment building. It's right across from the YMCA. There's 4 lanes of traffic, little cement island in the middle because it's right a couple houses from the corner by a big intersection, and it's just good location, lots of foot traffic, nice porch, a lot of good times were had here. So the fireplace, I mentioned that in the last episode, so yeah, if you want to hear about my frustrations with that, I said it was landlord when we rented the place told us we could have fires, so we did. The house filled with smoke. Found out it was capped. So I said, fuck you, I uncapped it. Then we had fires. Wasn't that a great story? But that's how it went down. Yeah, there's some weird fucking shit happened there. One night, I remember it was weird. It was in the winter. There's 3 of us dudes living there, early 20s. Like 8 o'clock, 8:30. We're all in bed. Like, I don't know why. We all felt like shit or something. It's just like a Tuesday night. Everybody's like, it's dark. It's cold. I'm fucking tired. We're all in bed at 8:30. I hear somebody pounding on the door, and I'm just like, fuck this. I ain't getting out of my bed. They keep knocking, they keep knocking. Finally, my other roommate gets up. It's the police. Guess why they're at my house? Guess. On a fucking noise complaint. Shit you not. I'm in the back of the house. The door's in the front of the house. I'm in bed. I can hear the police knocking. So clearly, there is no noise between their knocking and my sense of fucking perception. House is quiet. But the police tell my roommate, they say, who's in this room back here? And he says, that's me. And he says, okay. Well, I walked around the house and I didn't hear anything. So we're good, right? No. That's not where he's going with this. I didn't hear anything, so I started feeling on the wall. And when I got to that back corner, I felt what felt like vibrations. So whoever's room that is gets the ticket. That's what happened. He got the ticket in a quiet house with no evidence of noise whatsoever. Even the police admitted, I didn't hear it. There was nothing. You guys are quiet. I had to feel for sound, but the kicker is my roommate's stepdad was actually the mayor of La Crosse, so I don't know if things happened. I don't know if that ticket went away or not. I can't speak to that, but I can't imagine he paid it. But that set an interesting dynamic. It's like I said, his dad was the mayor, and his dad was running for re-election in that fabled 2000 election. But before that, I think he was getting primaried, something. But it was in the spring. He was running, he had to go through some election. It was either the primary or the mayoral happened in the spring. Either way, it just so happened it was the same day that City Brewery released its knockoff of Liney's Creamy Dark. So there was a City Brewery, like dark and creamy something, and the distributors came around work and were handing out samples to the businesses to see if they would carry it. And my boss came back and said, nobody drinks beer. We know you like this weird stuff. Do you want it? Yes, I did. So I put it in the cooler at work, got it nice and cold, so by the time I got home, I could tear right into them. Long story short, about beer 5, I realized, oh shit, I haven't gone to vote. Oh, but now there ain't no way they're gonna let my ass vote. I am visibly wasted at this point. So I'm just like, I can't. It's literally 3-4 blocks down the road. We voted at the library. I could see it from my porch. Hit it with a spud gun. But like I said, I'm fucking greased. I smell like dark beer and good cheer. And it just wasn't going to happen. So my roommate comes home. I think the next day I talked to him. Well, did you vote for my stepdad? And they're like, dude, dark beer came out yesterday? So needless to say, he was mad at me for a while. But like I said, I like to participate. I normally am not one to miss any kind of election. But I was like 21, fucking hammered. Yeah, I just like, nuh-uh. It's not like a presidential. If it was a presidential election, that might have. But at that day, some local primary and a beer release wasn't close. Wasn't close. But that was interesting in the local races for that election, because I, as I stated several times, did not vote. The issue is, there were 2 dudes running for an alderman seat in my district, and they came to a dead even fucking tie. So literally, my drunk ass sitting at home was the tiebreaker. So if anybody tries to tell you your vote doesn't fucking count, oh, my vote fucking counted. Because if I would have got off my ass and walked 4 blocks down there, that thing turned into a fucking shitstorm. Like, these 2 got into like a legal battle. One dude was a cop. One dude was like a lawyer for, I don't know, for the city or something. So then it was recount shenanigans. And then it wound up being an issue of, I don't know if somebody was like raised if they were even eligible to hold the position due to their other job. I think in the end, after a big protracted court battle and thousands of dollars wasted, one dude just kind of backed off. But like I said, I could have avoided all that. But dark beer. Ooh, that was a good dark beer. Speaking of that, I just put one on tap. It's not right. Well, I didn't put it on tap. I put it in the cooler. I did a coffee cream stout with cacao. I did a coffee cream stout a few years ago, and I meant to buy that, but I got this thing by accident. It's got cacao. So I had to soak the cacao in some vodka. And, yeah, we'll find out. So it's going to sit in there and chill for a while. And once the temp gets down, well, I'm going to hook... Well, actually, I guess it's hooked up now. Because for these darker beers, you only pressurize them to like 10 to 15 PSI. So I've got this thing on at like 10. So basically, by the weekend, it should be ready to drink. It's going to be interesting. I want to see how that cacao goes. I'm feeling it. Motherfucker. Nitro taps in. I've got coffee on. I want to do an episode. I'll show you my delicious coffee drink. Maybe I'll show you the Sunday version that's got Kahlua. Delicious. Man. But I'll close with this. I told you earlier I want to say American fucking heroes for the... I don't know, it's not revenge, because the guy who pissed on the trailer wasn't getting even. I mean, I guess for the universe, it was karmic realignment. But it just reminded me of the phrase, piss-soaked revenge. Why would such a phrase even need to exist, you ask? Well, let me tell you, I'll take you back to one of those Oktoberfest parties at this house on Main Street in La Crosse. We have a party, one of the guys from the apartment next door comes over, he's looking for the guys who live at the house. Well, that's us. So we get introduced to him. Hey, I'm your neighbor. Well, the thing is, I'm from Minnesota. My motorcycle's at home. I want to bring my motorcycle down here. I don't got nowhere to put my motorcycle. So you guys got this garage with your kick-ass basement in your backyard and a garage. Well, I was wondering if I could put my motorcycle in your garage. And we're like, oh, gee, Chief, there's 2 parking spots and there's 2 cars. So, do the math there. Fuck, figure it out. Can't really have you do that now. Well, I noticed that you got this really cool garage, but on the other side of the really cool garage, there's like an empty stall in there with some stuff in it, and my motorcycle would fit right in that garage. Yeah, well, the thing about that, Chief, is we got this landlord, and he's the real cool guy, but the thing he said about it is that side is his side, and it's cool if we want to use it, but we're going to have to pay him because he stores his stuff in there. So if you want to use it, you need to talk to him to avoid getting us in trouble, because he'll charge us thinking it's us. And he says, oh yeah, that's cool, oh no problem, don't worry about it then. So we go back to partying, and a few weeks later we are scared shitless as what appears to be a police spotlight flooding in the back of our house. We're all freaking around. What the fuck? Open the curtains, look out, there's a spotlight, there's an alley back there, like why are they, what's going on? So we rush to the windows to see. The light turns off. The little garage door closes, and this dude walks back to his apartment next door. We're like, he's just going to park in there? He's just going to park in that other garage and maybe get us in trouble because we told him he's got to talk to the landlord because the landlord's going to charge us, and we're going to get charged for your motorcycle in our garage. So we're like, well, let's not be dicks about it. But the thing is, every time a spotlight comes in and we'd freak out, you'd get just a little bit more mad. And then a few days later it happened again, you'd get just a little bit more mad. Well, the problem with this is one of those times, after so much anger has built up from letting this go, is we're not sure if we're going to get fucking charged a bunch of back garage rent for the neighbor's motorcycle. You're angrier and angrier as you play these scenarios in your head. Fucking Paul's over there just counting it up. What's it, $30? $1 a day, $30 a month. That's 2 months. Let's charge them. So we fucking just angrier and angrier. But one of those times, somebody might be drunk. Somebody might be 8, 10, 12, 14 beers deep. And I just want to say, hypothetically, if somebody were to be back in the practice room and be about 14 beers deep when you were to come through with your motorcycle in a driving rainstorm and startle the hell out of them with your giant spotlight, well, that might be too much for somebody on their 14th beer, if you know what I'm saying. So theoretically, if someone who were on a large number of beers were to see this and then watch the motorcycle's owner walk across to their apartment, they may take magic number 14 out with them as they walked out to the garage, unzipped, and proceeded to cackle like a drunken maniac while they spewed a Miller High Life stream of yellow urine all over the hot motorcycle engine and all up in trying to get it into the seat and maybe up into the foam so some of the smell retains. Just splashing and dripping everywhere. Just drips of fucking victory, of revenge as maniacal laughter and lightning strikes through the window in the background. Maybe. I mean, that's a thing that could happen. It might, I mean, that's statistically, it's in the higher probability. But let me just say, if that were to happen, I bet you they wouldn't park there anymore. So for Drinks with Ron, I'm Ron. Signing off.